let's talk about signs that you have shifted realities, okay? The caveat to this is you. If you are not connected to yourself, if you are not aware of your surroundings and you're constantly in your head, dysregulated and not in your body, you are not going to be able to see it, and you will not believe. So when I teach this in my community, I start with teaching you how to believe in you and how to connect with you, because that is the only way that you are going to see it. And I teach you how to write it down so that you can see it, and I teach you how to create signs and symbols for yourself to show and demonstrate when you have shifted. Okay? The reason it starts with you is because if you are full of negative energy and you are stuck in your wounds and you haven't processed your emotions and feelings out of your fascia, you are going to get stuck in subconscious programming and in that reality. But when you start shifting, when you start loving yourself more, when you start believing in yourself more, you change your frequency and you automatically start shifting into a new reality. Now, I created rules for myself. One of those rules is that colors will change. So, also when I sneeze, I'm shifting. I set the rule for myself. So every time I sneeze, I'm like, okay, I'm shifting realities. Now, there is a billboard in my town, and it used to be maroon, and it was John's Roofing. When I shifted realities, it changed to the color blue, and it was within a few days. Now, to check myself, because I always want to make sure that I'm checking myself, I will point it out with my family, with my kids, and I'll say, okay, we all know that this is maroon, and when it shifts into blue, they all can confirm that it is shifted. Now, you can assign these types of signs and signals, and they can be little things too. For example, I keep sandwich Tupperware. This is going to be silly, but sandwich Tupperware from Sandwich Meat from Hillshire Farm is got a red lid, okay? And I keep those so that when I give food away, when we have company or I'm taking food to somebody, I don't need them back. They can just throw them away because they're disposable. Well, when I shifted my reality by feeling better and doing the stuff that I wanted to do, I was going through my Tupperware and they all were blue. The lids were blue. So I asked my kids who do the dishes, and I was like, these were red. These were the maroon lids that we had. Yep. Now they're blue. And there's Tupperware lids in there. And I just went through my Tupperware. I hate it when my lids don't match the bottoms and I have to dig. So everything's very organized and efficient. And so I toss bottoms and I toss tops that don't have matches. Same thing with socks. So now I have extra Tupperware lids and I have no idea where they came from. And my Tupperware lids are blue instead of maroon. And I confirmed this with my family. So I was sneezing all day today. And I felt really good, and because, you know, I do the work, right? I do the affirmations in the morning in my own voice, and I speak to myself in the mirror, and I dance and I hype myself up because no one's gonna do it for me. And then I was sneezing all day. Tupperware lids change colors. I wouldn't be surprised if there was more out there that changed, but I haven't left my house. So those are little signs. You got to set them up for yourself. You got to create the rules because you're creating reality. So if you don't create any rules for yourself and tell your brain what to notice, you're not gonna. So when you start doing the work and you start doing the affirmations, the visualizations, and eating and feeling your body and being in it and calming your nervous system, set up some rules for yourself so that you can tell when you're shifting. And that can be as simple as colors. Set some things up for yourself immediately and see what happens. I do this stuff all the time, the little things. If I want something, I will say, I want this. And I just let it go. I like feel it in my body and I let it go and it shows up for me. That is the way manifestation works. It's just you creating reality, believing in yourself and doing it. And I'm so passionate about it because it's so cool, A, and B, the world we are living in needs this now. And this is why I came down here to do this. What can I say? I know it. I have visions, I feel things, I can see things. It's always been that way. And when you come from a trauma background, it's not just the wounds that you get the superpowers too. A lot of people focus on the narrative, on the wound and everything that happened to them. And you can do that and you should move through it and feel it, but then you got to shift it. And you got to start looking at the other side because there are so many ways to view things. So if you see the wound, there is also a superpower that comes with it. And you got to tap into that superpower. Your amygdala, the fear center of your brain, isn't just the fear center. It is the sensitive center. So your awareness and your ability to see and feel come with it too. And you can override fear. And then you have your superpower. Okay? So shift it. Ignore all the things that you are seeing in reality and shift your inner state, and that will shift your reality because your reality mirrors your inner state. All right? Do it.